So the topic of today's video is going to be controversial. I know that already. So let's talk about it. Should WWE bring back Brock Lesnar? It's a loaded question because there's going to be controversy if they do. Obviously with all of the allegations going on, and I saw the Netflix documentary, so I know that he was named specifically in that suit. So I get why it would be difficult to bring him back. They've referenced him before and it hasn't led to anything, but they referenced him twice in one episode of Raw this past Monday, which makes you think, is he gonna come back? It really makes you feel like he's going to, but it doesn't mean he will. But let's get into it. Should they bring him back? On the one hand, you do have the allegations. You bring him back, that's going to lead to controversy. But that controversy is also going to lead to a lot of viewership. Even if it's people who are pissed off about it, it's still people who are watching and they're still tuning in to voice their displeasure. So no matter which way you look at it, WWE would see a viewership increase during the time of year where you just typically don't get that viewership increase because it's football season. So they're up against Monday Night Football every single Monday until January. So from that standpoint, it brings in the extra viewership. Ratings are going to be better, and you want to maximize viewership any way you can during this period you don't have any. So this would be the perfect time of the year to bring Lesnar back. Negative publicity aside, it's still publicity and it's still eyeballs on the product, right? But then on the other hand, obviously, I don't think WWE would bring him back in the first place if they didn't believe he was 100% innocent. Which could open up a whole other can of worms on the entire rest of the lawsuit, but that's a video for another time. I'm not going to get into that fully into this video because, again, that's a video on its own. If Brock Lesnar comes back, then, you know, there's discussions to be had about the rest of the lawsuit. But anyway, I think from a product perspective, bringing Brock Lesnar back would be very, very good for the company. I mean, they're already hot right now. They obviously don't need him. They're thriving without him. But if you can put him in the right spots and in the right stories, Lesnar could absolutely add to it. I don't really know where you put him right now. In terms of like the main event scene, you just can't really squeeze him in right now. But you're not gonna have him be in the mid-card scene. So there are scenarios where I'm like, right at this minute, from a storyline perspective, I don't think they need him. If they really wanted to, they could do Brock versus Bronson Reed. I think that would be a pretty interesting thing to do. They could also hint at Brock Lesnar versus Gunther happening, but I don't think that's the Mania match. I think it's going to be John Cena versus Gunther at Mania. Otherwise, it's going to be John Cena going for Cody Rhodes' title or whoever has it at Mania, because Cody Rhodes might not have it going into Mania. But I don't think that makes any sense. So from all these different, you know, perspectives, it's kind of like, where do you put him? If he comes back, I think there's a great chance we do actually get Gunther versus Brock Lesnar at Mania. So I don't know what you do with Cena in that sense, but so that could happen. Ultimately, I think wherever you do put him, he could tell really good stories at. Even if you do have him in the main event scene, maybe a triple threat match somewhere down the line, like at the Royal Rumble or something. Maybe the Royal Rumble is when Lesnar returns. We may not see him until then. To be quite honest, at that point, yeah, he would lose. So that could build a story some other way. Whoever eliminates him, right? They've done that before. Drew McIntyre eliminated him, and we eventually got Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar. So something like that could happen, and actually that seems like the most feasible route now I'm thinking about it. So don't be surprised if we don't see Brock Lesnar till the Rumble. If he doesn't show up at the Rumble, we may not see him until, who knows, the Raw after Mania or something like that. Thinking long term here, but I've been thinking long term really since Triple H took over. And I've been able to predict WWE pretty successfully by thinking long term, because you have to now. Again, video for another time. Are WWE fans too short-sighted? Wanted to make that video for a while, but I wanted to wait to see if they got better. Y'all still haven't, so I think I think 100% that's a video that's coming, but that's for another time. So, do you bring him back? I think yes. I think yes, you do. If you 100% believe he's innocent, then you bring him back. If you don't know with 100% certainty, then you don't bring him back until you do. That way, you know, because there's going to be backlash when you do it, regardless. I mean, the whole case could get thrown out, or everybody involved be proven innocent, and there's still going to be backlash on it regardless, but that's just how it is these days. But I think if you believe that he is 100% innocent and you have enough evidence to come up with such conclusions, you bring Brock Lesnar back. If you aren't 100% certain, then no, you delay him coming back until such confidence arises, and if you never get confidence in that, he never comes back. To me, it's really that simple. If you have the confidence to bring him back because you believe he's fully innocent, go ahead and do it. Otherwise, don't. There's no reason for any controversy until you at least know one way or the other, right? That's just kind of how I see it, but there are good stories you can put him in. I think the most likely probably is Brock versus Gunther at some point. Otherwise, I just don't know where you really put him. We could see him in a non-title match again at Mania, but it just doesn't seem too likely. But I wouldn't be opposed to a non-title Lesnar match. Because if you get Brock Lesnar versus Gunther, you know Gunther's going to win. Like John Cena versus Gunther, Gunther wouldn't win that match. Yeah, I would really like to see Cena get another title. Especially because I might be going to WrestleMania this year. So yeah, just so everybody knows, I'm not going to miss live streams anymore going forward. I will be live streaming TNA tonight. I'll be live streaming Monday through Friday starting next week. Every single weekend, and whatever pay-per-view falls on whatever weekend. With me watching the 4 main shows, there's a good chance most weekends are going to have, you know, at least one pay-per-view stream. So stay tuned to that. I actually really look forward to it. It's super exciting, actually. And I'm really excited to take this next step. But anyway, just in closing, I think yes, under the right circumstances, you bring Lesnar back. If those circumstances aren't met, you do not bring him back. But them hinting at it twice on Monday Night Raw, not coincidence. I think that means he's going to be coming back. So he might be coming back sooner than the Rumble because they're already hinting at it. But there's a chance we don't hear anything else about it, and then boom, you hear the at the Rumble, and I mark out and go crazy. And you guys will see that here because I will be live streaming it. But that's all I got for this one. Drop some likes on this video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload from me. And I will see you guys later tonight for my TNA watch along live stream. So if you, man, I keep hitting that. So if you're interested in watching that with me, go ahead and go check out my channel. Live stream will already be up by the time you see this video, most likely. Actually, it won't be yet, but it will be up at some point. Pieces.